Good morning, my friends. It's day 1891 in a row of the MarkinsPires show, the longest running daily variety show on planet Earth. I've been live 1,891 days in a row just trying to connect, bring this world a positivity message. We're doing the news in the morning every day now, and what we do is scroll the news together and find stories that aren't political. And we're going to make as much comedy as we can out of those stories, so don't go anywhere. In fact, head over to YouTube, to X, or to Rumble in order to see all these stories in real time as we scroll. It's the best way to watch this show, plus it's also in HD. J.E., how are you? So good to see you on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Harvey's here with me from the top. I'm loving it. We don't know what's going on in the news yet today, but that's the beauty of this show. And if you can't make the morning news shows, come back for the replay, and then every single night after 9 p.m. I'm live to play music on my guitar here and with the only drum in the world for guitar players. It's called the Beat Seat. It's the sponsor of this show. The Beat Seat is the only 4-paneled drum. It has 2 snares. You could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the only full-body drum on planet Earth, and I have a patent for it, so you know that it's the only one. So you can pick it up at beatseat.rocks. It was selected 2019 Editor's Choice Award at NAMM. NAMM is this huge music conference where every music manufacturer in the world goes. Gibson and Martin and Fender, and they're all there, and I was little old me there at the Beat Seat, and we were selected Editor's Choice. You see me playing it every night. If you haven't, go back and watch last night's show. We wrote a new song called Whatever. Holy freaking cow. I forget. Craziness. That was last night. So make sure you head over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, because every night we're killing it on original music, cover songs, whatever. But the point is music that's at 432 hertz, which I believe is a healing frequency. Whether it is or not, it's up to you to believe. But I've changed all my instruments over from 440 hertz, which is the standard now, to what it used to be when Mozart and Beethoven were writing their music. 432 hertz. It's called the solfeggio. It's the God frequency. They have these names for it for a reason. So why wouldn't we play at 432 hertz? I don't know. I play at 432 hertz. So if you are ever interested in catching up some real music, live in the moment, looping on the Beat Seat, come and join us. Let's get the news started. Helen Gale is here. Holly's here. I love it. I'm so glad you're here, J.E. Thank you so much for being here with me. And it's been a while. You know what? We've been doing this for so long now. It's I'll notice people that come, they'll leave for a bit and come back, and it's understandable. Life is hectic. It's crazy. I'm the one constant in this existence, I believe. I mean, every day the sun rises, the sun sets, and MarkinsPires goes live. That's guaranteed for the last 5 years. So I don't know anybody else who can say that. That say, oh, I've been on every single day long form in the last 5 years. And there's been a few 5-minute shows, 10-minute shows, but not many, like maybe 5 or 10 in the entire run. We did the At the Brink series for a little bit, where I was trying to do this different concept of 10-minute episodes. Woohoo! Zabrask. But that didn't take off either, so I just went back to the full-length shows. So basically, we're here. We're doing the news. Let's see what we have on the calendar for the day. I'm opening up our favorite terrible news platform. It's called Yahoo. This is where we find a lot of comedy, guys. Yeah. So let's get this open for you. This is the best part. We open it up so you can see the news with me, and we're scrolling and reading together. And then I also think there's kind of something cool about that, because you're seeing what's there on the screen, and then I'm making comedy up off of this stuff. And so you're not thinking this stuff. I'm thinking of this stuff. So I have to think there's something cool about that. So let's see. Let's get into this. What do we have today? I gotta fix this one. That's gotta change. What are we doing over here? I just made it worse. I made it worse, Joanne, and you can now see my chair back here as well. There we go. Leave it alone, dude. Just walk away. Sometimes when you're winning, you just walk away. You know? I got it set. I'm here. I see Sid, my brother, over here on TikTok. Sid, getting close to 1900 here soon. Yeah, you're close, brother. We are 9 days away from 1900 days in a row. If you see people pop on while you're here, Sid, on TikTok, please send them over to one of the 3 platforms, X, Rumble, or YouTube. Oh, you're so awesome, Holly. I'm so glad. I love getting messages from Holly when she can pop them up. I found out this new thing. YouTube is doing something like TikTok where you can reply by video. So I may start to just do replies by video on a lot of stuff. So you may see a lot more shorts where I'm just in random places saying something back to people. But I like that concept. TikTok has that. I don't use it enough on TikTok either, so I got to start doing that too. But let's get into the news. Welcome to the MarkinsPires show. We're here every single day, 9 a.m. in the morning. Join me as we get into it. Tomorrow I'll be a little late. I got to drop off Maggie with that stupid noggin. Got a St. Bernard. She has a hard time walking through the doorways. We had to get a new frame job done. You know, they had the carpenter here. He's opening up walls just so Maggie can walk around comfortably. Because that head, guys. Of course, I joke. It's not that big, except it's pretty massive. 70-million-year-old dinosaur skeleton discovered by a man walking his dog. We got to read this one, right? Skip, what are you doing? Stop digging, Skip. Skip, what did you find? A fucking dinosaur? You know? Let's see. A man who took his dog out for a walk in France 2 years ago. He took 2 years to dig that one up, guys. He's been there 2 years. Skip, I told you to. Skip, I told you don't dig into the ground. You cannot dig into the ground. You get the dinosaur. They got a freaking dinosaur. 2 years it took for Skip to dig up the dinosaur. Skip, what are you doing? You can't dig the ground into the floor. You get in there, you see the burn. I'm in the ground, they pull the burn. I get the burn, it's dinosaur. I did not know, it's a dinosaur. Guys, Damien Bracciato stumbled upon a massive 70-million-year-old fossil when his dog Skip was digging it up in France. It turned out to be a nearly complete skeleton of a long-necked titanosaur. You guys know all about titanosaurs, right? I'll school you. You guys want to get all the information. That's why you tune into the MarkinsPires show. It's for the positivity news / comedy vibe, you know, and the French accent. You know, some people tune in just for the French accent. Oh, I wonder when he's going to go French again. Westchester, 35 years old, said the unexpected. They're not going to keep doing it because you don't even know what the hell I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. The unexpected discovery was made in the forest of Montiers near his home in Creusy, a village in southern France. The territory around Creusy is rich in fossils of dinosaurs and other species. Apparently, Skip, digging it up. Bracciato told ABC News in a translated statement because he couldn't freaking speak English. Dinosaur? You know? They had to get a special guy in for that one. They did the sign language too. But the guy that did the sign language, he didn't even have a sign language license. He was just conning everybody. He's going. He did the Uma Thurman. That's when we knew he wasn't really a sign language expert. 28 years, Creusy has been supplying and building one of the largest collections of dinosaur fossils from the Upper Cretaceous period in France. Look at that noggin right there. Is it a noggin? I don't know what that is. That guy's got a lizard on his shoulder. He should run. That lizard's gonna bite you. Buddy, you got a lizard. Titanosaurs, members of the sauropod dinosaur family. I know you've been sticking around waiting for that. You wanted to know, what is a titanosaur? You know, we can't wait for Mark to get to that part. I know, I'm sorry, when I get into the slapstick, you know, I start joking around and then I forget to tell you the whole story about the titanosaur. They roamed the earth from the late Jurassic epoch in 163 million years ago to 145 million years ago, give or take. You know, we got that down with carbon dating because that's really accurate. The end of the Cretaceous period, which lasted from 145 million to 66 million years ago. Again, guys, same footnote, asterisks. The long-necked dinosaurs are the largest terrestrial animals known. Wait a second, I thought we had the Bronchiosaurus. The Titanosaurus bigger than the Bronchiosaurus? Let's figure it out here. Britannica reports that the Titanosaurs grew to the same size as modern whales. The fossils, which include 40 different species, have been found on all continents except Antarctica, which no one can go and explore anyway, you know. Good luck, military. Turn your plane around or we'll shoot you down. Well, yeah, I just want to go see the Alaskan mountains. Sir, we're going to shoot you down here in the ocean. I'm just someone on a plane on a Cessna. I'm just going down to Antarctica to do it. That's the first time I survived. The plane, I had to jump out of the plane because they took off the wing with that one rocket just to kind of give us, it was supposed to be just a flyby missile, would just kind of scare them, get them to turn around. They hit my wing. I had to do a jump out, you do the pilot, release. Eject! I ejected out of the seat in the middle of the Antarctic Ocean. Thank God I'm like Wim Hof, so I was just like, I got it, Bochetto, who has a self-taught passion for paleontology, started digging it up with Skip. Skip, get the fuck out of the way. Oh, goodness. He exposed the bone fossils, which led to the excavation of a 70% complete, 30-foot-long fossilized titanosaur. It happened one morning like any other during an ordinary walk. Bochetto told... I swear, if he goes into that, Skip starts digging and finds the freaking dinosaur, guys, like I'm gonna have a fucking flip out over here. All right. He told friends in February while walking the dog, Skip, a landslide. Oh, okay. That's better, because I was about to say. A landslide on the edge of the cliff exposed the bones of various skeletons. It didn't have anything to do with Skip. I thought Skip was getting into it. You gotta wash those freaking claws, those paws, when you get back in to the house that day. What in the heck is this? Is that the nog, the inside of the nog? I don't know what the hell that is. They were fallen bones. Therefore isolated, we realized after a few days of excavations that they were connected bones. Bochetto, along with a member of the Archaeological and Paleontological Cultural Association at the Krutzy Museum. That's a mouthful, Joanne. They kept the findings secret in order to protect the paleontological site while they excavated the massive skeleton. This is not the funny stuff. During the extraction, we were in sandstone, that thing, and the extremely hard sediment, adding that the ACAP members were worried that the site would be damaged by people who do not know. Bochetto hopes the people who visit Krutzy Museum will see the titanosaur, and now the fossil has been excavated and protected for study. It is a flagship piece for the general public to be able to admire a dinosaur in anatomical connection. That's pretty sweet. Look at that. That's the tooth. No, it's a 30-foot long, dinosaur. What in the hell? Since the discovery 2 years ago, Bochetto says he's left his job in the energy sector and hopes to pursue a master's degree in paleontology to continue his work in Krutzy. So what's he want to just start digging it up with Skippy? Hey, Skip, go dig over there. You have to dig the ground. We have to find another dinosaur. Francis Phage, founder of the Krutzy Museum, told France Bleu that Bochetto's exceptional discovery proves he has an eye for dinosaur research. I hope so. He got out of the energy sector, to do it. It is a very rare find. He had his eye on it, There are some who have passed for 30 years and they have not seen this site. They've all walked by it. They lived there, right next door. Good old Blajuda, she's been there forever. Blajuda, can you believe there's a dinosaur over here? I'm sorry, I don't understand what the hell you're saying. You're like deep French, Deep French. That could be the funniest thing I've ever said. You're deep French. Right? What does a deep French person sound like? I just made up a new term. Daniel Day-Lewis won't be returning to acting. All right, well, good, dude. You won a bunch of, Oscars. You did it. Good for you, dude. You don't want to do it anymore? You can take the time off. Enjoy your life, your family. Good for you. Amy, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, more about that. 19-year-old who was a quarter-mile away from fiery explosion killed by flying canister? What in the fucking heck? Gosh, what is going on? A 19-year-old who was a quarter-mile away from a fiery explosion in Michigan was struck and killed by a canister that flew into the air from the blast. Oh my goodness. It happened at 8:50 p.m. at a vaping distribution center in Clinton Township, 25 miles outside of Detroit. The Clinton Fire Department said the company had received a truckload of butane that caught fire. These are the photos of the blaze. Oh my goodness. The explosions prevented responders from reaching the fire immediately. The Clinton Fire Department said that when officers did arrive on the scene, they found materials flying in all directions from the building. Apparently one of them was a freaking can. This poor kid. I gotta just say a prayer for this guy. It's 19. I mean, that's the unlucky lottery right there. That is the unlucky lottery, like if you've ever seen that before. I used to watch a show called Opie and Anthony. Or listen to. I actually met them a few times. I went on their show to do voices. Scarface, Christopher Walken, Psycho Mark was one of the characters from the show. I used to do a dead-on impression of him. And so I used to call into that show. I used to love I used to do Andrew Dice Clay. I'd call him and do the dice. And so I was kind of like a call-in guy every once in a while in O&A, but I loved something that they used to talk about, which was the unlucky lottery. And what the way they explain this is that it's so hard to win the lottery. It's always like somebody in Milwaukee or somebody in Detroit, And vice versa, the unlucky lottery is that somebody in like Milwaukee or somebody in Detroit gets hit with a can and dies from an explosion when he's a quarter mile away. He's just like a quarter mile away. He's not even nearby. Gets hit with some random stray can and dies. That is the unlucky lottery. It's just there's one random event every day, if not every day, more than once every day, where someone's just doing nothing and they're the winner of the unlucky lottery. It's such a sad thing. Such a sad thing. I feel for their family is sending out some love over there. Ex-Chick-fil-A worker details the most underrated menu items in the viral clip. Nobody talks about how good it is. Well, I don't think the food is good there. Like I've heard there's like 56 natural ingredients in all of the chicken. That is not good. Look at this. John Candy's lookalike daughter opens up about her dad on the anniversary of his death. I used to love John Candy. One of the funniest comedians. Just his style, the way he use positivity and his energy, and just be so overzealous with his positivity. That was what made John Candy so awesome. It's been 3 decades since beloved character actor John Candy died from a heart attack at 43. Gosh almighty, I didn't know he was only 43. Man, John Candy was larger than life. 43. On March 4th, Candy's 2 children shared a touching message to honor their late father on the anniversary of his death. 30 years ago today, feels like a lifetime with or without you. We miss you forever, Jennifer Candy Sullivan, 44, captioned with her in her Instagram. Gosh, look at that. But man, he was so big. It's so sad. I don't know if they had bariatric surgery back then. And even if he would have wanted to do it, there's his kid right there. Look at his little guy. He was the best dad, Jennifer told Today.com. He say, don't worry about what people think about you. Just be your authentic self. I love you, John Candy. The other thing about my dad is he was the ultimate funny guy, or family guy, she says. That's the reason he didn't want to do Saturday Night Live. He knew the lifestyle wasn't going to be healthy for him. He was smart in that way. Jennifer named her 5-year-old son Finley John William after her grandfather. He definitely looks like a Candy. He has my dad's hair for sure. Noting that the little boy also resembles his paternal grandfather. Anniversaries of a loss can be difficult, but Jennifer says she is feeling strong today. My childhood best friend passed away last month. We grew up together. She knew my dad, and her death triggered me missing my dad. Jennifer's brother, Christopher, 39, also shared a tribute to his dad on the March 4th anniversary. Candy's sports signature Hawaiian print shirt. All my love to my father today, Chris, 39. Wow. Let's see Chris Candy forever. Now I'm interested in his kid. What's his kid doing these days? Is he funny? Looks like he may be funny. Guys, he looks like he may be funny. He acts and plays music. Why can't he get a gig? His father's freaking was John Candy. Right? Nepotism. There he is. Let's see if we can get a little piece of action from John Candy's kid. There he is with the love of his life. He acts and plays music. We should get him a beat seat. Look, John Candy played drums. We should have had a beat seat, John Candy, when he was alive. I didn't invent it yet, but I wasn't alive. Well, I think it was just a little guy when he passed away. I don't see any videos. Oh, wait, here we go. Where's the freaking audio, dude? Chris Candy, you didn't give us an audio there. Look, Richard, he was on with Richard Lewis, who just passed away. Richard. Wow. He should post that again. If I were him, I'd repost that out of respect for Richard Lewis. Anybody on? Let's see. How's everybody doing out there? Trish Killian, Helen Gale, S. Coop. I love it. Renee Woods is here. Holly's still kicking it with me. Oh, nice. And Harvey's doing it still. Is J.E. still kicking it? Oh, yeah. Jim's in the house. I love it. So, guys, let's keep this news show going. John Candy, miss you, pal. You were freaking hilarious. One of the funniest guys. One of my favorite movies of all time was called Who's Harry Crumb? Has anybody ever seen Who's Harry Crumb? Oh my goodness. John Candy is Harry Crumb. It's one of the funniest movies. He's like a part of this long line of great detectives. And then he's Harry Crumb. He's like the last crumb. And he's the worst detective in the world. Like, he's so bad. He's just a goofball. And everything he does is so funny. And he dresses in prosthetics, and he dresses up this as like an Indian guy. He dresses up as all these different characters. It is such a good movie, Who's Harry Crumb. I wonder if we'd get in trouble if we watched Who's Harry Crumb. I totally want to see Who's Harry Crumb. I think it's like the funniest. I just wonder if it's even here. Who's Harry Crumb? I had the DVD. Like, I used to watch this all the time. There it is, right here. Who's Harry Crumb? You could buy it or rent it. Let's see, Who's Harry Crumb? Okay, this is the one I was telling you about. We're watching this. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for playing
at the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Get in and get away.
All right, let's watch this together. Let me go full screen on
We'll see you then. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was?
I am the Jules Delioche.
Oh, could you spell that, please?
I don't think so. Try it.
I don't
you
think
say you're
so.
from New York.
No. I work in New York. I am from Budapest.
Oh, Hungary.
No, thank you. I had a falafel before I got here.
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
Mr.
DeGilius.
I'm Dennis Kimball.
Dennis Kimball.
Yes. I just heard this morning you were coming.
Yes, well, I'm here.
This is our vice president in charge of operations.
Quality control.
Yes, something that's very important to us here.
So you say. Move it, Kimball. Come on. Move, Dennis.
This is so funny.
So, what have we here? Too tight. Loose. Too foofy.
You don't like what you see?
Only I am the judge of that.
Of course.
Of course.
The full-body mud pack is one of our most popular treatments. It tightens the pores and rejuvenates the dermis.
Indulge me. I will be you. You will be the intruder. Show to me exactly how it happened. Please.
Well, he must have been standing here, just in back of me.
Ah. And you were applying the mud like so.
He didn't make a sound.
And you were leaning over like this.
Yes, that's correct. And suddenly, he leapt out at me.
Comedy.
So, it was not as easy as you said.
But you knew what I was doing, and you... That's funny. You look different somehow.
Maybe your eyes are playing tricks on me. Playing tricks on me. So, you always give Miss Downing her mud pack?
Oh, no, it was her first time.
Oh, really? Really, huh? Like she doesn't have a regular weekly appointment. Is that what you're saying?
He was just so great, guys. You gotta love John Candy. You gotta love John Candy. If you don't love John Candy, I got a question. You know, like your ability to laugh. You gotta find laughter, my friends. All right, we're gonna get one more story in at least, okay? I thought my 22-year-old had autism. I was shocked to find out he was early onset dementia. What in the fucking heck? I can't even read that. That is the saddest thing in the world. 22 years old. The youngest person with the condition in the United Kingdom. Like, what in the hell is happening in the world, guys? Oh my goodness. 22? It's just to treat a 22-year-old as though he's a 70-year-old man. Only 0.1% of the population in the UK have received a dementia diagnosis under the age of 65. Wow, he started moving and speaking more slowly than usual and appeared to have a blank stare on his face. Gosh almighty, the poor kid. Doctors found atrophy in his frontal lobe, an area of the brain that usually shrinks with age, a contributing factor of dementia. He is now undergoing genome testing to determine the cause of his brain disease. Oh my goodness. That's so sad. All right, we need to find something positive here, guys. Restaurant roasts entitled influencer who demanded free food. Oh, yes, this is the one I'm looking for right here. We appreciate paying customers more. Oh, what a surprise. Another thrilling DM from a blue tick superstar asking for free feast in exchange for an Insta post. Because, you know, exposure pays the bills. We're just thrilled that you appreciate our food. But hey, we appreciate paying customers even more. The entitled diner got an extra helping of humble pie. A UK restaurant dished up a verbal smackdown to an appalling influencer who asked to eat at the restaurant free due to her supposed celeb status, as seen in a viral Instagram story. Let's watch that in a minute. Oh, what a surprise, snarked a Manchester-based restaurant. Okay, that's where they wrote this. Hey, okay, so this is what she wrote. Hey, sorry, I know it's short notice, but I'm in Manchester tomorrow and looking for somewhere to brunch with my partner. Would you be open for a collab with me for a post on my story and page? Hold on, does it say what else was said back? No, they should have put what they said back. It'd be like, no, stupid. I'm not going to collab with you. I mean, maybe it would have made sense. Maybe they got more people at the restaurant in the future. Who knows? They shared a screenshot of the unnamed internet gourmand's brazen request, which read, yeah, you saw that. Lucky Ramen said that they don't need exposure to pay the bills. We're just thrilled that you appreciate our food. We appreciate paying customers even more. Unsurprisingly, the armchair epicure didn't take too kindly to being publicly spurned. Personally, I think you're bang out of order. How dare you try and expose us like that, she raved per Lucky Ramen's Instagram story. So you think people like us don't deserve to eat for free? Just in case you didn't realize, we are doing our best to help and promote you for free. What? She added, we don't expect much, just a free meal to compensate our time, labor, effort, and positive energy that we are supplying you. The incensed influencer declared that she wouldn't be coming by anytime soon to support, despite Lucky Ramen's inviting-looking food and vibe. Your arrogance makes me sick, she concluded. Haha, very funny. You got a couple giggles, but we're the ones that are laughing. We go where we want, eat what we want, and lastly, it's all for free. Who's laughing now? The Instagram commentariat was quick to put the entitled influencer on blast. Imagine having a food/lifestyle blog and thinking it means you're entitled to eat for free every time you want to go to a restaurant, criticized one viewer. Another wrote, here's another reason to hate influencers. Hey, was wondering if I could come in for a free meal, snarked a third, mocking the influencer's audacious request. In return, I will eat your food. Well, others argued that the freelance foodie didn't have as much influence as they thought. Honey, they likely ramen are booked. Oh, honey, they are booked, declared one Lucky Ramen defender. They don't need your exposure. We're all queuing for tables. Apparently, the Japanese joint wasn't the only restaurant to be propositioned for complimentary grub. Ha ha ha, yep, they messaged us too, said Dumpling Depot. Desert Island Dumplings, they did it as well. In a final rebuttal on their Insta page, Lucky Ramen snarked, okay, all right, you got us. We're truly sorry for attempting to uncover your behind-the-scenes tactics yesterday. And, us trying to make a living and, Just hit us up another time, DM. Let us know when you're swinging by to collect your well-deserved goodies. And don't forget to leave a glowing 5-star review on both Google and TripAdvisor, they added. We appreciate your outstanding, and once again, for the inconvenience we caused. Bon appetit and arigato, out of here. The freebie-seeking influencer Scourge is causing a gita on this side of the pond as well. What is a gita? I don't know. New York chefs, restaurateurs, and servers alike have all grown tired of the phenomenon, and many telling the social media skinflints to pound sand. I like that. Go tell them to pound sand, guys, all right? They're trying to influence food for themselves. Let's see. We want to go and get a free meal on a Saturday night for 4 of us, Brooklyn Chop House and Brooklyn Jumpling Shops owner. We say no to influencers more than we say yes. So anyway, what happened is Nick Swartzen escorted off stage 20 minutes into his set. He's a funny guy. What happened? Best known for his appearances on Reno 911 and Adam Sandler movies, he was escorted off stage 20 minutes into a comedy set in Beaver Creek, Colorado, due to a bizarre, belligerent behavior. 47-year-old had been performing as the headliner at the Viller Performing Arts Center when the onstage breakdown occurred. That while some attendees, he has it here. Let's see.
What are you saying right now? I'll say this. Let me ask you this. This is a weighted question. What?
Wow.
Okay, I'll tell you a joke. All right, here we go. So one of my favorite things, I don't have kids. Anybody here have kids? Anybody here have kids? What the F? So one of my best friends was a guy named Norm MacDonald. Do you know who he is? He's one of my favorite people.
I mean, that's just like, I don't know.
That's a Valentine. Here we go.
You can rally.
All right, here we go. I'll rally this. Watch this show.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Jason Statham as a beekeeper. I swear to God, it'll be fucking amazing. I love you, fucking Rick. Let's go. Here we
my
go.
goodness.
Jason Statham as the beekeeper. Here we go.
Refund! Refund!
Oh my.
Let's go.
Like, this is so.
Oh,
Here we have
your daughter's
Yeah, sorry.
daughters.
We're asking them tomorrow.
lights came up. Oh my goodness.
Be done.
Hi. Good evening. My name's Justin. I'm the Director of Operations.
Let's see, this is getting real.
We've decided to conclude the show early in the best interest of those who bought tickets. We apologize for what you've seen tonight. Please email the box office. We'll be responding to inquiries and processing credits and refunds. We apologize. Thank you very much. I'll be in the lobby if you have questions or concerns.
Wow, guys, that's crazy. I mean, imagine being on a stage in front of 1,000 people or whatever that is, and then just standing there and not saying a freaking word. That is so crazy. Main girl in the house. Lisa's here. Sig Sauer's. DM Ryan. I'm loving it. Got the fam and friends kicking it. Oh, goodness. We had a couple of good stories at the top of the show, too, right? Oh, we start on a positive. What a great start to the show we had today. Let's see. Okay. Enormous sea creature's rare good deed at California beach puzzles experts. No one has ever heard of this before. Let's see what the Sacramento Bee is reporting on. Looks like some scary waters. Is this the creature? That's something. If that's and this is that boat right there, that would be something. Uh-oh. Let's see. I got to just quickly read and see what this says. Okay, it said something about Miguel considering the 2024 thing that's coming up at the end of the year. You know Miguel. You know, the bulge during the Ellen dancing. We've all seen it. The bull elephant seal on a California beach shocked researchers in 2022 with an uncharacteristic good deed. The seal pushed a pup being swept out to sea back to shore at Point Reyes. So basically it's just like helped out another fish in the ocean. Look, sometimes they're feeling very fishy. Anything else good here? Who is Dave Chappelle's wife? All about Elaine Chappelle. I don't think we really need to look into Dave Chappelle's personal life. You know, that's not really for us. I don't understand why they're doing that. Medically cleared without screening for issues cognitively. Oh my goodness. This is mental to me. I just have to say, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it at all, but I want to put a big freaking highlight on this right here. This is okay, guys. He's cleared, right? He was cleared to shuffle around and forget who the fuck he is. That is cleared for another 4 years of destruction. Anyway, let's stay away. Stay away. Jason Kelsey praises his wife, Kylie Kelsey, in a retirement speech. What we need to know about the family. Michigan men confronted cousin's abusive ex-husband at the gym. All right. Man killed trying to defend his home during an alleged invasion. I kind of want to read that. This is in North Carolina. A man is dead and suspected injured a man is dead and is suspected injured after apparent shootout during an alleged home invasion. What happened? Shortly after, or right before 1 a.m., deputies in Orange County reported an invasion in Mebane. Once they arrived, deputies found 2 people inside the home, as well as a victim suffering from a gunshot wound. They transported the victim, identified as Jerry Lee Driggers. It's always the three names. They turned it into some sort of big deal. To Duke University Hospital, where he died while in surgery. Other residents at the home said that they were held at gunpoint, but were not physically harmed. Anyway, there's probably more to that. Deputies found one suspect, Clarence Braden Hayes, in the parking lot of the business near with a gunshot wound to the abdomen. He underwent surgery, and he's still there as of Sunday. Anyway, that's what's happening. Hampton's Mansion. Ooh, this is interesting. A Hampton's Mansion is selling for $38 million, but there's one catch. You can't live in it. Why? Let's find out. We have to know. And what's Madoff doing in the picture? Huh? Oops, he did it again. Harry Macklow, one of the New York City's most brazen developers, has listed his Hamptons home facing exclusive Georgia Pond with neighbors like Steven Spielberg for $38 million. There's just one catch. It's uninhabitable. Yeah, that's because the mansion lacks a certificate of occupancy and the new owners won't be legally allowed to move in. You know, Macklow illegally cleared land on the property and built additions without permits, endangering the wetlands and garnering fines for more than 21 violations that haven't been paid for 5 years, which means that he's got these additional fees that are going to have to be paid at closing. which probably doesn't care. He's a billionaire, I think it said, right? So he's a billionaire? I don't know, he's a developer. Anyway, let's see what happens here. East Hampton. The off-the-books renovations on the Hamptons home echo his 1985 move to hire a mob-run company to blow up 4 buildings on West 44th Street in the middle of the night without city permits. I never heard about that. That's crazy. Hours before the city started to enforce a ban on raising single-room occupancy buildings. The demolition puts people's lives in danger, officials said at the time. Macklow paid a $2 million fine, but escaped indictment because criminal intent could not be proven, the Manhattan District Attorney said at the time. It's insane. He ripped out decks and did whatever he wanted. He illegally cleared land and without permits, just like he did on 44th Street. Yeah, you could see, I mean, this is all wetlands here. This is all wetlands. Like this over here, you can't build over here. This is all considered wetlands because it's marshland. This guy just did what the hell he wanted. Now, in a way, you have to think to yourself, well, what do I have this land for if I can't do anything with it? Like if say you're a guy who's worth $1 billion, just throwing this out there, or say you're worth hundreds of millions, like this guy's probably worth. Does he really give a crap if he gets fines? You know what I mean? Does he really care if he has 21 violations that continue to rack up and he hasn't paid them? He's just living there. Look at this. I wish I could see the view. You're probably looking at New York City or away. I think New York City's back in this direction. Look at that, though. But this is an example, by the way, of crappy drone photography. Like, what are we talking about here? Let's show the dollhouse, whatever this is over here, a little playhouse. You get right in front here in the cove, about 30 feet off the surface of this water, right here on this shore, and you shoot that freaking house with the angle, shooting the distance of everything beyond, you got gold. You got gold. Second shot, right here above the trees. Third shot, I come in from back here because I want to get this water. So I come in from this corner. You know, and then we get one directly in the back, one close up about 15 feet up, but you see the entire structure. One from this corner about 30 feet up, shooting in. I don't want too much roof. I don't like to see roof. All right? So when it comes to listing and selling real estate, you make sure you call me. I'm going to help you out to make the right moves. Make sure you list and market your house properly. Show it from the right angles. Photography is key. You got 1.8 seconds to capture somebody who's looking at your property. If that first photo is not nice, you're done. You're done. Just my perspective on it, you know. An airplane cleaner. I can tell how nasty your house is by this rude act. It's just plain gross. That's when you put all the stuff here and leave it at the end for this guy to clean up. Let's see, anything else? Ooh, I just want to, because I think this is funny when people see other people sing their music. Like if I ever heard anybody sing my music, I would probably have a similar reaction. Not that even if they sing it better than me, I'd probably have a similar reaction because I'd be like, kind of, first of all, surprised someone's singing my song. Like, I think even if you become successful and people love your music, you'd still kind of feel like that. Even if you hear someone playing your song you wrote, and then all of a sudden you're listening to them sing it. Like, no matter what's coming out, you're going to probably be like, you know, is it going to be to my level? Like, am I going to be okay with this? Let's see how bad she was. We got to see this. Can we get her in? Where is it? Come on, you have to give us the freaking link. Don't just show us photos, chooch. Oh my goodness. You know, I bring you in, guys, expecting to show it to you. And unfortunately, they're not going to show it to us. Let's see if they give us the... No. Unfortunately, no. They didn't want to give us the video of Katy Perry watching her song being sung. Former NFL player helps stop vicious attack on 80-year-old man. This is a good story right here. Braylon Edwards came to the aid of a man who was being physically assaulted in Farmington Hills, Michigan, the YMCA on Friday. According to prosecutors, an exchange of words between a 20-year-old man, Malik Ali Smith, and an 80-year-old man escalated into a physical fight that left the man in serious but stable condition at a local hospital. Smith, who was given $250,000 cash bond, who was also being held at the Oakland County Jail, is captured after fleeing the gym and arraigned and given a charge of assault with intent of murder. Wow. The maximum sentence is life in prison. Police were able to identify Smith through his gym's membership records. Edwards spoke to wait, where's our guy come in here? Right here, is this it? Okay, Edwards heard the argument when he first walked into the locker room. After this dispute grew louder, he heard what sounded like pushing and shoving and realized something physical was going on. That's when he got involved and pulled Smith away from the victim. The victim was found unconscious with severe facial injuries when police arrived on scene. Edwards was not mentioned by name in the statement from Farmington Hills Police, who said a good Samaritan helped stop a vicious attack. This was a vicious, senseless attack, Karen McDonald said on Monday. I commend the witness who intervened, and we will seek justice for this victim. Edwards played 4 years at Michigan and was a first-round draft pick by the Cleveland Browns in 2005. He spent 8 seasons in the NFL with 4 different teams. You guys remember Braylon Edwards? He played with the Jets, I guess. What position was it? A wide receiver? I think I kind of do remember him now. Edwards. I do remember Braylon Edwards now that we talk about it. Anyway, I think that's probably enough news for the day. You know, sometimes when you're in it, you get kind of steeped into it, you know. Guys, at 12 o'clock, which is just a couple hours away, Jammin' is premiering on this platform. And then I think it's going to be premiering at, I want to say 4:20 on the MarkinsPires TV channel. So we have a double-decker. And same thing tomorrow for Vernon and Luton, which I think was crazy guitar playing. So if you get a chance to join me at noon, which is just about an hour and a half from now, an hour and 45 minutes, that's going to be a lot of fun. Outside of that, last night's show, yesterday's morning show, I got to download yesterday's morning show, and then I think by later tonight, it takes about almost a day for YouTube to like sync everything from the live shows and make it, you know, downloadable. As soon as I could download last night's show, guys, I mean, I got to get this. This is just crazy. I went in, I wanted to start the show at 9:30, and I came in at like 9:22, and I ran up real quick to see. I was like, I'm going to need more time. And I was like, I hope that there aren't a lot of people waiting, because then I'll be like, kind of push off for an hour. I literally opened up the chat just to see, and there were 0 people, 0 likes, and I was like, whatever. And that's literally why I just changed the title, because the title first said, like, break away from the stress of the world and get some original music or something like that. But when I looked up, I saw 0 and 0. The audio's low again? Oh, goodness, that's what happened. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, last night, I get in the middle of this song and I'm working off the title of the stream itself. And it's because the reason why I came up with whatever last night is I wound up, and I don't know if you heard this when I was just saying this, but I'm in the process of trying to get the show up and running. I locked everything in. I just need to get the thumbnail in. That was the last thing I needed to do. And it was like 9:22, and I ran over from the house, and I was like, I need more time. I didn't even have the thumbnail up yet. And I have to also take it from there, put it into the back end on Restream so it goes to all these websites. It takes about 5 minutes to do all this. So it's like, I need more time. And I'm like, I hope there's not a lot of people sitting in the chat. And then they're like, we have to wait another hour. So I get there and I'm like, expecting to see at least a few people, just like chatting. And I open up the thing and there's 0 likes, 0 people waiting, 0 chats. And I'm like, whatever. And that's literally what I just was like, thought to myself, all right, I'm erasing the title, which is a cool title, is something like Break Away from the Stress of the World, and get some music on the beat seat, something like that. And I just wrote whatever in my eye roll. And so I was like, I'm so over it at this point, YouTube, so it's like, whatever. So we got into it last night, and I don't know if you guys have a chance to, but go and just push play on the first couple minutes of last night's show. You would think when I have a morning show that's called Another Case of the Mondays, and then a night show that says whatever with my eye roll, that I'm coming out to complain. I freaking blew the freaking roof off the place last night with more energy than, I don't know, 10 or 15 shows. Like, I came out like fire last night, just all love. And I'm like, whatever, And we got in the middle of this song, and it was so funky and bluesy. And I was just like, whatever. The whole thing is just like, whatever. We have to absolutely just be ourselves, express ourselves, and this is what it is. And if I look up and I see 0 and I'm, whatever, dude, whatever. I'm walking through life here, and I'm in the process, and we're all in the process of doing something. But I'm not gonna get myself upset about things like that anymore. I'm just gonna say whatever. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna come out there and write a sick tune. So love is now identifying as harmful content. Yeah. Thank you, Trish. You're the best. Oh, I do. I always do. Well, intros, I don't really. We try to get right into the show. I wouldn't want to start the show, talking about other shows. That doesn't make sense. But starting the show, mentioning the sponsor of the show, which is the Beat Seat, that we do that every day now. And also, I always remind, especially the people that are here in the chat, that do stop in. Like I always mention Ron Tyler and Wages, and always mentioning Hilly Billy, because he's here with me in the chat, helping spread the word. Ron Tyler is amazing. He has a link, I haven't checked in a bit, but on his description, he has something in there that says, like, for positivity, and for some great music, go and check out Mark. I'm like, that's really cool. And Wages forever was, telling everybody about the show on a daily basis, which is like, people got sick and pissed at Wages for it. Like, Wages is doing such a good job trying to get people over here, and they got mad at Wages for it. Like, dude, we get it. We don't like it, or we do. It doesn't matter. Just shut up about it, And so Wages one day told me, he's like, look, I got to stop talking and mentioning you. I'd love to keep doing it, but like, I said, dude, I never asked, but thank you. Like, anytime you've ever said anything has been such an honor to me to see someone new in the chat, and it came over from Wages, or came from somebody else, from Hilly Billy, or from Ron Tyler, or from really anybody else out there that's speaking about the show that I don't know about. Yeah, I appreciate everybody out there. I do have to say, it's a journey. You guys are in this with me. We're having a lot of fun. But to me, every night we write music, and I think a lot of times, like, what we should do more of is what we did that day, Helen, where I'm singing everybody's names into the song. Because I don't have to include stuff like that in a finished product. But during the night, during the jam, I could always put that in. And there's always a little moment where I throw something in there about, there's like, it is interesting to me how I could start singing, and then I see a bunch of names and they all rhyme in some way. It's just like, I start singing them together. Yeah, I mean, I would be curious, how you think that would go, like, in general, Yeah. Yeah, because I think, to me, when people show up, if they're going to show up to watch my show, they want to be entertained. And I can guarantee you, if I start the first couple of minutes of my show talking about other shows, they're going to freaking leave my show. No one's going to sit around to see what I get to after. That's why I don't think I'm stubborn on that one. I think I'm being correct on that one. Like, if I'm going to go live, people are coming to see me, not to hear me talk about other shows the first minute of my show. They'll be like, okay, I'll go check out that show. And then, like, now I don't even have them here. So it's like, I actually strongly disagree with people sharing other, like, this is okay, especially because I'm talking about Wages and Hilly, but while I'm, like, in the middle of a song, or I'm in the middle of a piece of comedy, and people who do have the ability to write or put links in the chat, are saying, hey, go check out this channel, should never do that while I'm in the middle of my show. Do it at the end of the show, but, like, while I'm in the middle of creating, you shouldn't be shifting people out of my channel. Like, that's the thing I don't I don't understand that. Like, I think people don't think, they're not doing it maliciously. They're just doing it. Hey guys, go check out this thing I saw today. And I'm right in the middle of like minute 12 of my show, and there's another 45 minutes, and they're shifting people out of the chat by putting a link that is not my link. You know what I mean? So I would strongly suggest if you're a mod of my channel and you see people doing this, just wipe it right away, take it right out, and just send them a note. Say, look, we're not shifting people away from the show. We're trying to get people into the show, you know. So like, and it's a very rare thing. I just know I've seen it in you know, a handful of times, and I'm like, ooh, you know, why are they shifting people away from the show when we have nobody here? And so that's why the reality is, keep people here, guys. Like, don't push people away from the show. We want to keep them here as long as they can stay, and then we could always prep people. Hey, let me know when you're leaving. I got a link for you, you know, or like hit me up on Telegram. I'll share a couple links. But during the show, we should try to keep people here, share links from this show. Hey, did you see the comedy? Did you see the song? Blah, blah, blah. But I think that's how we keep people here. We got to somehow continue to foster the family community that we have here. This is a place where we are here together every single day. It's the same awesome people. So it's like, okay, so then we just grow on that. You know, people just come and become part of this family and start adding to the pot of love. It's such a cool concept. It's like, okay, well, when is the show? What? It's every day? Yeah, every day of the year. We do it in the morning, we do it at night. You get 2 a day. You can choose which one you can make. That's to me the beauty of a show like this, is that we can create our own atmosphere, our own environment, and keep people here as long as they can stay. And of course, we want to support everybody else that is out there. I would just say, if we're going to do that, it shouldn't be at the beginning of the show or like in the middle of the show. It should be at the end of the show, because we want people here. We don't want to shift them out. I could imagine. I don't know anybody else who would do this, where I'd tune into them and they'd be talking about me for the first minute of the show. Like, I don't understand. I'd be tuning into that. I'd be like, okay, well then I'll go check out Mark. So that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if maybe there's a formula to it. I'm not seeing, but I think it should be, I'm on the air, I'm putting out some fire, and then we're promoting the heck out of everybody else at the end and saying hi to everybody in the chat, which is what we do. But like I said, this is all a process. I am absolutely open to hearing suggestions and incorporating new things. As you know, we got rid of the microphone during the day shows. You don't see the stupid mic in my face anymore. I got my lavalier mic every time we do the show now for the comedy news. Almost all the shows are like that. Take us away from our crazy life. That's right, Harvey. That's my goal. That is my goal. I will say this. We have so much fun here. That's why I say, like, to stop and start focusing on other things that aren't like this moment doesn't do us any service anyway. That's why everything should be in the moment, and it should be flowing. It has to flow, you know. But like I said, I am open to suggestions, and that's why I keep taking them and incorporating them. Oh, it makes me so happy. Helen said since Hilly gave her the link to this show, she comes and her life is better because she can laugh now. And you know what? This is another important thing. Sig Sauer, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. The Sig Sauer, you guys, I told you this yesterday too. He has been the most, I would say, passionate supporter of this show on the outside. Like, he went out there and started, like, very, very proactively speaking to creators like Wages and to Scott from Planet X News and to others like Marfugel, all these people in the chats about this show, and start like putting seeds out there for people to check it out in order to get me monetized the first time. And then we just got demonetized for zero reason at all. But Sig Sauer is the reason why we had that ability to earn a few dollars for the last couple of years. And also why you guys are here. None of you would be here if Sig Sauer didn't take that initial step to take me from 2 people, which is he and someone else, I don't even know who was here at the time, and just go out there and make sure I had people here. Because I helped Sig through some things, and he said, you know, other people need what I got out of the show. And that meant a lot to me when I heard that. So I will say this, I will be back later, absolutely. You know we have another show to do. So until then, Harvey, Helen Gale, Main Girl, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, S. Coop, kicking it during the day, Sig Sauer, and We of Liberty and Freedom. Sig, thank you so much for your donation. You are amazing. You are loved. You guys are all loved by this channel. I really hope that you can make the 12 o'clock premiere of Jammin'. It's only 2 minutes and change. It's a really short song, but it's cool. And then of course we have more rock and roll tonight. 9-ish, hopefully. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for being here with me. Every morning, 9 a.m., we do this. Hope to see you then. And later, twice a day? Joanne, we're doing it twice a day? Oh, goodness. Joanne, stop weaseling.